Royal Caribbean or Disney Cruise Line, which one should you pick? Whether this is your first or your 20th cruise, by the end of this video, you'll have a clear, practical understanding of what each line does best. I've got real examples from my trips, pro tips, plus stick around to the end. I've got 10 booking tips for you. You don't want to miss these. So let's dive into which one is actually worth your money based on your family situation. So first, scale. Royal Caribbean operates some of the largest ships in the world. Those ships are basically floating resorts. Surf simulators, skydiving simulators, bumper cars, huge water parks, the works. They've even got ice skating rinks on some Royal Caribbean cruise ships. That makes Royal great for people who want activity, variety, and big ship energy. In contrast, Disney's fleet is smaller and ultra-focused on storytelling. Every public place, show, and dining room is curated to feel like an extension of the parks. Think immersive family-focused moments and consistent service that's aimed at creating emotional memories. So for Royal Caribbean's Oasis and Icon class ships in particular, these are floating fun parks. We're talking 5,000 plus passengers. You've got 30 plus dining options on these mega ships, way more entertainment variety, ice shows, aqua shows with high divers, Broadway-style productions, the more thrilling stuff, the Flow Rider surf simulator, the ultimate abyss slide, rock climbing walls, and their private island CocoCay has an insane water park. But with Disney, you're never gonna feel so lost or overwhelmed. Their ships are large, but the biggest Disney ship maxes out at about 4,000 passengers, until the Disney Adventure joins us in Singapore next year, that is. The service is more personal, like the crew actually remembers your name by day 2. That doesn't happen on a ship with 6,000 people. It's better for young kids, and let's be honest, your toddler meeting Elsa is a core memory they will never forget. But here's the trade-off. Smaller ships mean fewer dining options, fewer entertainment venues, and a little less variety overall. So, if you're the type who gets bored easily or you need constant stimulation, Royal Caribbean's mega ships are gonna serve you better. If you want that intimate, magical experience where service is top-notch, Disney wins. Okay, let's talk staterooms. Both offer everything from inside cabins to large suites. Disney staterooms are very family-oriented, clever layouts, connecting options, and kid-friendly touches. Royal has a wider spread of cabin types across many ship classes, so you get more variation in price and layout. Your standard stateroom is typically going to be a tiny bit larger on Disney Cruise Line, but one of the big considerations here is the beds. They're all going to have the queen-size bed. From there, they also have options with couches that convert to a bed, a bunk bed that will go over the couch, and some of them even have a Murphy bed that can fold down, and then you get into the suites that are going to have multiple bedrooms. Royal Caribbean is also going to have the beds, the bunk beds, the suites, the bedrooms. The difference here is that for their typical staterooms, Royal Caribbean does have 2 twin beds in your stateroom. So if you are traveling with someone that you don't want to share a bed with, this is a huge consideration. 2 other considerations with the staterooms is a lot of the Disney staterooms have split bathrooms. It just makes it a lot easier when you have more people. And the other aspect is the service. Service-wise, Disney earns a lot of loyalty because cabin hosts and servers build relationships. Royal service is solid, but on the biggest ships, the scale can make it feel a little more transactional. If you want personal, we-know-you service, Disney tends to win. And here's another little tip, because if you are an introvert and you really don't like that stateroom interaction, you might want to consider Royal Caribbean. I've had multiple cruises on Royal Caribbean where I never even saw the stateroom host. My traveling partner did, but I did not. So that's never happened on Disney Cruise Line though. On Disney Cruise Line, they're going to attend to your stateroom twice a day, during the day and for evening turn down. And they're typically going to see you at least once or twice in the hall and just ask you how you're doing, how your day went. It's definitely much more of a personal interactive experience with the stateroom host. On Royal Caribbean, they won't come that first day, and then they will ask you if you want them to come during the day or for evening turn down. They'll just come once a day on Royal. Okay, let's talk food, because you're gonna eat a lot on the cruise, I promise. Disney has rotational dining. Every night you rotate to a different main dining room. Animator's Palette, Enchanted Garden, 1923, it depends on which ship you're on, but they all are going to have some type of storytelling aspect in the dining room. whether it's through entertainment that will happen during the meal or just all of the theming and the little touches and Easter egg that's within the decorations and the ambience of the dining room itself. And here's the cool part, your servers rotate with you. So by night 3, they know you want extra bread, your kid doesn't like vegetables, and they're gonna have your iced tea waiting for you a lot of times. The service is incredible. The food is really good, not Michelin star, but it's good. For Royal, they have a wider mix. They've got main dining where you can pick my time and just show up. You're not gonna have the same servers. They've got the traditional type of dining where you can pick a select dining time. Your servers will stay with you every evening. You will stay in the same restaurant at the same table. In addition to that, they also have evening buffet, which Disney Cruise Line does not. They have more specialty restaurants, steakhouses, Italian, sushi, more niche spots you can pick and choose. But it's also important to consider that a lot of those options come at an extra charge. The main dining room and the buffet, the quick service, that's all included on both cruise lines. But that specialty dining is an additional charge on both cruise lines. And here's what I've noticed. The main dining room food is better on Disney Cruise Line. Royal Caribbean's food is fine in the main dining, but there's going to be less variety. The vegetables are always the same. A carrot, a broccoli, a potato. It's just not going to have quite as much flavor to me. But again, they have more variety. They have the dinner buffet, and the dinner buffet will have Indian food, Mediterranean food, American food. There's a lot more options. We also really love room service while we're on a cruise ship. Disney Cruise Line has 24-hour room service that is included. Royal Caribbean, on the other hand, is going to have a charge for their room service. You typically can get their continental breakfast for free, but everything else is going to have a charge. Entertainment is another area where they differ. Not better or worse, just different. Disney shows are theatrical and character-driven, tight choreography, familiar songs, and moments built to tug at the heartstrings. I've cried at a Disney stage show. It's gonna hit the nostalgia, it's gonna hit the emotional notes, it's definitely gonna stick in the memories. And of course, Disney is storytelling, so these stage shows are amazing. In particular, on the new ships, they've got Moana on the Disney Treasure, which people rave about. They say it's worth the cost of the cruise alone. These are Broadway quality stage shows. On Royal, they are going to have great stage shows as well. Royal leans into spectacle. Think ice shows, aqua theater dives, it's adrenaline focused, big stunts, and multimedia productions. The Disney stage shows were definitely more of a hit for me. That being said, the entertainment, the comedy on the Royal Caribbean ships was so good. I absolutely love stand-up comedy. They're pretty much always going to have a great stand-up comedian on the cruise ships on Royal Caribbean. You're not always going to find that on a Disney cruise ship. One consideration is that some of the shows will be a charge on Royal Caribbean, and you do need reservations for them. On Disney, they are all included in the cost of the cruise, and you just show up. That being said, make sure you show up early because they will get full. Okay, so how about the kids, the teens, the childcare, and the family experience? Because if you have kids, this might be the most important section of the entire video. The kids clubs on both lines are excellent, but different. Disney's kids clubs are legendary. I'm not exaggerating, they're the best in the cruise industry, hands down. Disney's Oceaneer Club and Labs are for ages 3 through 10. They are immersive. They're story-driven with tech, characters, and programming built for younger kids. There's themed play areas, Marvel Superhero Academy, Fairy Tale Hall, Andy's Room from Toy Story, Star Wars areas. The kids don't want to leave. Seriously, you'll go to pick up your kid and they'll beg you for 5 more minutes. The counselors are incredible. It's open from 9 in the morning until midnight or 1 a.m. That's like 15 hours a day. For the babies 6 months to 3 years, there is a Small World nursery and it is a charge. You do need to reserve ahead of time. Now, for the older kids, this is where it gets a little tricky on Disney. For tweens, they have Edge. Some kids love it. Some think it's kind of babyish. For Vibe, they have teens 14 to 17. This one's better. Some of them have a teen-only deck area. They've got activities, movie screenings. But here's the honest truth. Disney's teen programs aren't as strong as their younger kid programs. If you've got a 15-year-old, they might get bored. My son was 14 2014 on our first Disney cruise, and he absolutely loved Vibe. It was on the Dream. They've got that outside deck. They've got a DJ area. The counselors were amazing. I very rarely saw him. He didn't want to leave. And he actually did not think he was going to go to the teen club at all. Didn't think he was going to like the cruise. He really did it for me, and then I barely saw him. So it definitely varies. You've got to know your kids and what's important to them. So for Royal Caribbean, the Adventure Ocean is for kids 3 to 12. It's good, but it's not Disney level. The theming isn't as immersive. The counselors are good. It's more like supervised activities rather than immersive experiences. But it's the teen programs where Royal Caribbean really crushes it. Video games, sports tournaments, pool parties, and the teen-only areas on the mega ships are legit. They've got their own space with activities teens actually want to do. So here's the breakdown. If your kids are 3 to 10, Disney wins, no contest. If your kids are 11 to 17, Royal Caribbean probably wins. There's more activities, but let's talk about the family experience overall. Disney is designed for families. Everything is family friendly. The shows, the dining, the deck parties. They've got Pirate Night where you can dress up as pirates. There's a deck party. Fireworks at sea. They are the only cruise line that has fireworks at sea. It's magical. Character meet and greets throughout the cruise. As a matter of fact, the characters will come into the kids clubs. The tiny humans get interactions with characters in the clubs that they're not going to get anywhere else on the ship. Depending on which cruise you're on, sometimes there is going to be a meal with characters. There's royal meet and greets with princesses. Your kids will meet their heroes. But here's what they don't tell you. It can feel a little overwhelming, like Disney overload. If you're not a huge Disney fan, it might be too much. Royal Caribbean, the boardwalk on Oasis class ship, it's got a carousel, games, hot dog stand, very family friendly. So that means activities as well, because the activities are where the Royals Resort at Sea approach really shines. Those surf simulators, skydiving simulators, they have massive indoor activity centers with bumper cars and roller skating, ice skating, the list goes on. These attractions appeal to adrenaline seekers and groups looking for non-stop things to do. And pro tip here, if a specific attraction matters to you on Royal Caribbean, the zip line, the flow rider, check the ship's deck plan before you book. Not every ship in the line has every attraction. So it really does depend on what type of experience you want for your family. If you're wanting that immersive fairy tale theming, storytelling, princess, superhero, character entertainment type of experience, you definitely want to go Disney. If your family is looking more for activities, carousels, games, rock climbing walls, flow riders, Royal Caribbean is definitely going to be your choice. Now, we've mentioned the kids, we've mentioned the families, but adults only is a huge consideration for cruising as well. We love to cruise as adults only, and we love to do it on Disney. We really enjoyed Royal as well. For nightlife, Royal usually has more late night variety. They've got more nightclubs, bars, comedy, and big ship late night programming. Disney's adult only scene is polished, quieter, and more about upscale lounges and curated quiet spaces. If you want late night party options, Royal likely has broader choices. That being said, Disney Cruise Line does have some nightlife. If you're on those shorter 3-4 night cruises though, it is very probable that you are not going to find very many people out late at night at the bars on a Disney cruise ship. Royal Caribbean is going to have more nightlife, the nightclubs, the bars. Of course, they've got a casino, which Disney Cruise Line ships do not have. So that is another consideration. If you are a casino cruiser, your Disney is out. They do not have casinos. Now, for adults only, the reason we like Disney Cruise Line is because of those curated adult-only areas on the first 4 ships, Magic Wonder Dream Fantasy. I love to have those adult-only areas to be able to leave behind the rest of the ship and go in there where it's nice and quiet. For Royal Caribbean, though, they're going to have a lot more evening activities. They've got more kind of game show. They've got a little more variety. It gets pretty funny. They've got more karaoke for sure, dancing classes. They're just gonna have a little bit more to do. They're both gonna have a lot of trivia during the day, but Royal is definitely going to have more, and it's gonna be more varied. Disney Cruise trivia is pretty much all Disney focused. And if you're looking for a good hot tub, Royal Caribbean wins hands down. Look at how big this hot tub is. So where these ships actually go matters just as much as what's on them. Disney's destination is Caribbean focused, Bahamas, Eastern and Western Caribbean. Their island destinations, Castaway Cay and Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. They also have seasonal European and Alaska cruises, as well as themed cruises. Think Marvel, Star Wars, Halloween, Maritime, where Royal is going to give you a lot more variety. They've got the Caribbean, the Bahamas, Bermuda, Alaska, Europe, Asia, Australia. They've got their private island, CocoCay. They've also got more transatlantic and repositioning cruises, and they have more port-intensive itineraries, which are really good for exploring. On Royal Caribbean, the port days are typically going to be a little bit longer, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. or later, where Disney Cruise Line is going to have a little bit shorter port times, usually around 8 to 5, and they're going to have fewer port-intensive itineraries typically as well. And if you're looking at their island destinations, Disney's private island, Castaway Cay, is where you want to go if you want a relaxing beach day where you feel like you're on a deserted island. Castaway Cay is going to win, hands down. Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point is a great place for the natural beach vibe. Castaway Cay has beautiful crystal clear water. It's not going to feel as crowded because the ships are smaller. They've got the complimentary barbecue lunch on the island. There's character meet and greets on the beach. They've also got the adult-only Serenity Bay. Pro tip, they have ribeyes there that are really good. And then they're also going to have things you can do. You can bring your own snorkeling gear. They'll have bike rentals. They have cabanas that you can rent if you can get one. Lots of excursions are available as well. But if you want water park thrills and activities, then CocoCay is unbeatable. For CocoCay, Royal Caribbean's private island, they've got a thrill water park. It's the tallest water slide in North America. There's up to 13 water slides, a wave pool, zip line, helium balloon ride. Feels more like a water park than a beach. It also can get really crowded. They have 6,000 passengers on mega ships, and they can have more than one ship there per day. And the food costs extra at some venues. So for pricing basics, here's a few things that you want to consider. High level on the money, both lines are going to include your stateroom, the main dining, a lot of the kids programming, and many of the onboard activities. The differences show up in specialty dining, certain attractions, shore excursions, and drink models. For gratuities, they are both going to have automatic gratuities. Royals are actually a little bit higher than Disney's, which did surprise me. I personally just add that into my cost of the cruise and pay it ahead of time. The packages is what you really want to consider. So Royal sells classic soda and full beverage packages, including alcoholic and non-alcoholic options. This can be convenient if you drink a lot. So you really have to do the math here. How many drinks do you have per day? Compare that to the package price. Are only one person in your stateroom going to drink? Because if you do the drink packages, you have to get it for everyone in the stateroom. You can't just get it for one person. Disney's beverage approach is more modular. Soda is included, so you don't even need that. They have refillable beer mugs, wine packages, and targeted options rather than a one-size-fits-all alcohol package. With Royal, you can carry on 1 bottle of champagne or wine per adult. With Disney, you can carry on 2 bottles of wine or champagne or 6 bottles of beer per adult. And then they also have dining packages on Royal as well, and Disney Cruise Line does not have this either. So if a lot of specialty dining is important to you, Royal Caribbean might be your winner. One of the things that we really love to do on Disney is their tasting classes. We absolutely love their chocolate and liquor tasting. They have wine tastings, brandy tastings, all types. They are an additional charge, but they're a lot of fun. And I will say that I found that the cocktails are better on Disney Cruise Line. It is very nice on Royal to be able to order a cocktail, try something new. If you don't like it, you can toss it if you have that drink package. There is a limit though. I think it's 16 drinks per person per day, which I think should cover it. They also have coffee packages. They just have a lot of different package options on Royal Caribbean that you're not going to find on Disney Cruise Line. Alright, so let's cut through all the details and get to the bottom line. Which cruise line is right for your family? Here's the considerations. For Disney, if you have kids age 3 through 10, this is Disney's sweet spot. If your kids are obsessed with Disney characters and will lose their minds meeting them, if you want all-inclusive peace of mind, no surprise charges, if you prefer those smaller, more intimate ships, if service quality matters more to you than ship amenities, if you want a relaxing vacation where magic can just happen around you, if you're celebrating something special, or if your kids will really use the kids club, Disney is definitely a strong consideration. Disney is worth the premium when you have young kids because the memories are priceless. Your 6-year-old meeting Anna and Elsa for the first time, that's a core memory that lasts forever. But choose Royal Caribbean if you have teenagers 13 plus, especially who want more independence, more activities. If your family loves thrills and adventures, surf simulators, zip lines, rock climbing. If you want maximum variety in dining and entertainment. If you want to explore ports more for longer port times. Royal Caribbean is actually better for those that want a lot of variety. And here's what I do. Alternate between both cruise lines. They're not really competitors. They serve different purposes. Disney is about immersive magic. Royal Caribbean is about variety and adventure. All right, before we wrap up, let me give you some booking tips that'll save you hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars. Number 1, book early for Disney. I'm talking 12 to 18 months in advance. Disney releases their itineraries far out, and the best cabins and best prices go first. If you wait until 6 months out, you're likely paying premium prices for whatever's left. But with Royal Caribbean, you can wait. They release sales all the time. Black Friday, wave season in January and February, last minute deals. I've seen Royal Caribbean drop prices by 30 to 40% just weeks before sailing. Disney never does that. Number 2, consider using a travel agent. For Disney especially, a good travel agent costs nothing. They're paid by Disney, and a lot of them can get you onboard credit, as well as monitor for price drops. Royal Caribbean too, a good agent knows when sales are coming and can rebook you if prices drop. Number 3, consider repositioning cruises. When ships move from one region to another, like from the Caribbean to Europe, the prices are a lot cheaper, especially with Disney Cruise Line. This is where you're going to get the best bang for your buck. You get a longer cruise for less money. The catch? More sea days, fewer ports. But if you're a ship person who loves being on the ship, this is perfect. You can actually get a 12-night repositioning cruise for less than what a 7-night cruise would cost. Same ship, same amenities, almost half the price. Tip number 4, don't book the first sailing of a new ship. I know it's tempting, new ship, all the hype, everyone wants to be first, but there are always issues. Things don't work right. Staff is still learning the layout. Restaurants run out of menu items. Or, in the case of the Disney Adventure, the whole thing gets delayed and you've got to completely redo your cruise. Wait 6 months, let them work out the kinks, you'll have a way better experience. Number 5, make sure you read the fine print on what's included. Royal Caribbean's drink packages. Read the restrictions. Some drinks aren't covered. There are daily limits. You can't share packages between people. Where Disney's gonna have drinks included. Juice, sodas, teas. Also, make sure you know how much your gratuities are, because you will need to pay that before you get off the ship if you don't pay them in advance. Now, number 6, book your excursions early, as soon as they become available, but don't overschedule. I can't emphasize this enough. Here's what happens so often. You get excited, book an excursion for every single port, and then you're exhausted by day 3. Leave at least one port day open. Just walk off the ship and explore on your own. Find a local beach, grab lunch at a local restaurant. Some of my best cruise memories are from unplanned port days where we just wandered around. Make sure you research the port first though, so that you know you're doing it safely. Tip number 7, consider travel insurance. I know, nobody wants to spend extra money on insurance, but here's the reality. If someone gets sick, if there's a family emergency, if a hurricane changes your itinerary, travel insurance can save you thousands. Disney and Royal Caribbean both offer their own insurance, but shop around. Third-party insurance is often cheaper and can have better coverage. Peace of mind is worth it, but make sure you verify what is included. One time I got travel insurance and and it didn't include cancel for any reason. We had somebody that changed 2 days before the cruise, so the travel insurance didn't actually work out for us because I didn't do my research before I purchased it. I ended up just buying another ticket. We all went and had a great time, but do your research for your travel insurance. Number 8, join the cruise line's loyalty program and know what is involved. Disney has Castaway Club. They actually will automatically enroll you after your first cruise. Royal Caribbean has the Crown and Anchor Society. You'll want to sign up for this before your cruise and attach your loyalty number to your cruise reservation. Even on your first cruise, you can start earning points. Those points or cruise levels add up to perks, priority boarding, onboard credit, cabin upgrades, exclusive events, gifts in your stateroom, free dining, depending on which cruise line you are on. It's free to join. There's literally no reason not to. Number 9 is super important. Set a realistic budget and stick to it. This is where families get in trouble. They book the cruise, they're excited, and then they start adding things. Drink packages, specialty dining, excursions, spa treatments, photos, souvenirs. Before you know it, you've doubled your cruise cost. Sit down before you book and decide what's our total budget, what's included, what are we willing to splurge on, and then stick to it. And tip number 10, and this is the most important one, don't stress about making the perfect choice between Disney and Royal Caribbean. Your first cruise won't be your last, I promise you. Once you experience cruising, you'll be hooked. You'll cruise again, and you'll try the other cruise line eventually. So pick the one that makes the most sense for your family right now, with the ages your kids are right now, with the budget you have, with the type of vacation that you need. You can always switch it up next time. You can try different ships, itineraries, cruise lines. The beauty of cruising is there's always something new to experience. And honestly, both Disney and Royal Caribbean are incredible. Your family is going to have an amazing time no matter which you choose. The fact that you're watching this video, doing your research, trying to make the best decision for your family, that tells me you're already going to have a fantastic cruise. Because the best cruise isn't about the cruise line, it's about being present with your family, making memories, disconnecting from everyday life. So sit down with your family, talk about what matters most to you. What kind of vacation do you want? Do you want character experiences and Disney magic? Book Disney. Do you want thrills, activities, and variety? Try Royal. Do you want all-inclusive simplicity? Trust your gut. You know your family better than anyone. And once you book it, stop second-guessing yourself. Stop comparing. Stop wondering if you made the right choice. Just really go in and enjoy what you've chosen. All right, we covered everything you need to know to make this decision, but here's what I need from you. Drop a comment right now and tell me, are you Team Disney or Team Royal? And more importantly, why? What's your driving decision? The ages, the budget, the activities, the destinations? Also, I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's been watching and supporting this channel. You guys are amazing. Your comments, your questions, your stories about your own cruises. If you found this video helpful, make sure you give it a like, give it a hype. It tells YouTube to show this video to more families who are struggling with this exact same choice. And here's my final thought. Whether you choose Disney or Royal Caribbean, you're making a great choice. Both are incredible cruise lines. Your family is going to have an amazing time. You're going to make memories that last forever. So stop stressing, book the cruise, start counting down the days, and get excited. Because cruising is one of the best family vacation experiences you can have. If you're curious about which Disney cruise to choose, go check out Disney Shocks Cruise Fans with huge changes that they've made to their new itineraries that got released just last month. And if you want even more Disney, go check out our new Disney Cruise News. We'll see you real soon with some more Disneys.